Hi, Sophia. Can you hear me? Hi, Dr. Garfield.
Hey,
Can you
what's
hear me?
happening?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, because sometimes this camera, when it's placed like this, I guess like the sound be acting the fool. So, I had to make sure. If you can't hear me, let me know.
No,
I'll probably try like that.
I can definitely hear you.
Can you hear me? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
It's nice to have you. Honestly, I'm so grateful to have you. I met you from Stacks Radio, Mary Sweetness show. I was the co-host on there and everything.
Right.
Yeah, we kicked it from there, and I follow you, and since then it's just been you've just been amazing, and and it's nice to have you and stuff. Shout out to Mary and Stacks Radio.
Yeah, what's up, Mary?
And also my first celebrity guest, you know what I'm saying? You're the first industry. Because, I've been having people from my city and stuff like that, repping me and, and doing their big one. But you're the first celebrity I actually have on my show. So that's crazy. I appreciate you being here for real. It's very iconic and legendary. So thank you for
you, man.
How you feeling? How you feeling today?
I feel good, man. I feel good. Just getting myself relaxed. We got a show tomorrow in Jacksonville. So I'm just, just getting the last little thing. The airplane gear together, trying to wash a couple of drawers and socks, the usual. Huh?
Are you guys on tour right now?
Well, it's not really a tour. We have a lot of spot dates lined up, basically through December now. Just a host of cities, pretty much every weekend up until December. And so it's different promoters. So it's spot dates, but the accumulation of dates kind of functions like a tour. It's 16 dates or whatever. So, people could say that it's every weekend, so that kind of feels like a tour, but it's just spot dates, that accumulated. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's get started. So we know that you're from the legendary group Shai. Shout out to them. So what is your earliest memory of music, and what made you want to start doing music? Before you even enter Shai, what made you want to start doing music?
I just always loved music. Grew up in a musical household. My father, we were heathens of sorts. So on Sundays, instead of going to church, my dad would just blow the house up with jazz music. Actually, I grew up on jazz rather than gospel. A lot of singers are coming from that gospel tradition. If you really look at my singing style, it's more in the jazz, the melodies that I like to sing in and things like that. Place Where You Belong is like that. Yours is like that. You can get to the little jazz shots. But anyway, and then hip hop, like TJ Swan from Juice Crew be singing, "Nobody disappears, nobody disappears." You know what I'm saying? That made me feel like, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Still be rugged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was people like Full Force, big yoked up dudes. You know what I'm saying? But they was writing the hell out of them songs, singing them, giving them to Lisa and all the other people they wrote for recently. And so it was a whole host of people. UTFO, rest in peace, Kango Kid. But I think he had something to do with Whistle, and they were singing Fairy Tale Lover and, just songs. Then Force MDs, who you Force MCs, they went from rhyming, bars to singing Tears and, all them beautiful songs, Tender Love and all that. So when I was growing up as a hip-hop type shorty, I was hearing people that looked like hip-hop heads who was definitely masculine, who was boom, but they was blowing. And I was like, I got a little voice, so I'll sing every once in a while with them. But that led me to just, my love of jazz and I had this insatiable appetite for trying to harmonize with anything that I heard. I was fascinated by the concept of harmony, that you can make a note go all the way through and be complementary to whatever's going on. And anything that I heard, I was always trying to come up with the harmony note. And it helped me greatly when I finally fell into Shai, because it was, it was mostly about harmonies. So, but that's all of those kind of things. And then, of course, Michael Jackson was my childhood hero. It used to be this show called Popcorn Machine when I used to wake up in the morning, doing that Roddy Rippy. And then the Jackson had a cartoon, you know what I'm saying? That would come on next. And then Michael would be up there, and they play all these different songs all through the cartoons and stuff, and Mike be killing it. And then, all the stuff that he come up with, all through Off the Wall, that was my favorite, my favorite artist. So Stevie is my favorite artist, and Marvin, of course, anyway. But all those cats kind of in a soup made up my eclectic taste of what I love in music, and I looked for it in all music. So that's what it was.
Okay. So basically, you kind of answered my second question. I was going to ask you who was your biggest influences, but you said Michael, Stevie, Marvin.
Yeah, Donnie, of course. You know what I mean? But Stevie a little bit more than everybody else. Like, just for some reason, like, Stevie hit me hard as a youngster. Like, when I was in first and second grade, you know, the song, like, As was out. And, I wish those days would come back. Like, those are ingrained in my childhood. Like, and then Stevie coming in, and then, Aisha, his daughter just got, isn't she lovely? Like, these songs were the soundtracks of my youth, ingrained, my parents everywhere. So that, I feel like I knew Stevie as a kid. Like, I could feel his spirit, you know what I mean? So he just stuck in my head a little more. Like, Marvin Gaye's of the world was kind of more on the sexual tip. So as a youngster, it was Michael Jackson and Stevie that was capturing my imagination, because even though they were grown, their songs were more universal in content or whatever. But then when I got a little older, I started appreciating Marvin and what he brought to the table, look-wise, as well as, like, the smooth, silky ones, the silky voice, the different voices he could go into, and just how he could command his breathing, just how dope he was. It just, his background harmonies, how they were different. Stevie's and Marvin's background, like, their harmonies are different than anybody's ever. Nobody ever sounds like Marvin Gaye's harmonies or Stevie's harmonies. That's their own. So that made me even more fascinated with harmony. Those two are my two, man.
I got you.
And in jazz, Sarah Vaughan was my favorite vocalist.
I got you, because as somebody who sings myself personally, like, I sing in the church choir and stuff like that, it's always a certain artist that their voice just always does something for you. The harmonies, like, you have to have a listening ear for, like, certain harmonies. Like, an artist that I always give credit to, obviously you guys, like, shout out to y'all, but Brandy,
who said that again?
I said shout out to y'all.
Oh, no,
Shai.
Thanks, but then you said another person.
Brandy.
Oh, Brandy. Oh, yeah.
Vocals is crazy. Like,
and I still love her first album. I still can't get past that one. Then I barely get to the one with Rodney Jerkins produced it. That's my next one I hold. Then I can't get past them. I still keep playing them over and over again.
And it's like she's just seasickning for me. But Brandy, like Kiki Wyatt, this Coco, my girl, I love her down. Like, just certain vocalists just always
like some monsters right there.
I got Coco. That's my girl. I love Coco.
Yeah, her voice is
Brandy. Her vocals is just amazing.
Brandy's dope too, melodically too, like, and flavor, like, swag to her voice, like her way of it. You know what I mean? It's just dope. Ever since a youngster, she had that too, like that command of. Even in the more mature voice, she probably got a little more command over the runs and stuff. But even as a young shorty, she had this certain, like,
bounce to her.
It was a certain confidence that was, like, it was just different. You knew she was one of those ones. Randy was dope.
Yeah.
But, what's it do? Rashawn Patterson, I think he wrote some stuff on that first album, because Rashawn Patterson's another dope artist that doesn't get a lot of credit. Like, check out some of his early work, especially, man. I know that dude is dope. Arrangements, man. He sound like Shaka Khan when he is at his best. Like, wow. You know what I mean? But check him out. Rashawn Patterson, dope.
Definitely noted. So how did Shai get started up? Like, how did the group get started up? What was, like, how did everything come together?
Well, we were all at Howard University. In my freshman year, my first roommate was Darnell. Me and Darnell were roommates freshman year at Howard. Darnell's dad, because Darnell went to that school, Lean On Me, Joe Clark and all that. I don't know if you ever saw the movie, the original, but Eastside High School in Paterson, New Jersey, that's where Darnell went to school with. And so Darnell's dad was a social worker there. And it was a bathroom scene where they singing Fair Eastside. Those guys ended up being a group called Riff. So Darnell's homeboys, Riff, were managed by Darnell's father. So we used to have all the Riff songs at Howard. We singing to the girl dorms, singing Riff songs to be, because we were privy to the songs before they got released on Riff. So we would start singing them because we heard the demo tape. And we would sing them to the girls dorm. And we had a little something going there. Like, they started relying on us to do that on Friday nights. We go in the alleyway and face the dorm adjacent to us. And they had a balcony and all the girls come out and we'd be blowing. Like, it was crazy. And so, but that kind of me and Darnell's nucleus. And then Darnell went to join Alpha Phi Alpha. And him, Carl, and Mark ended up being in the group together. And I kind of rejoined up with Darnell, about a little while afterwards, preparing for this talent show. And it became like some kind of weird way of it, but we all fell into this group together, and we were preparing for a show at Howard that was like the Apollo. People boo you there, like, no matter who you are. It was like a rough crowd. The New Yorkers, the football players, all that testosterone in there. They just ready to boost something, you know, in the name of having fun on a Friday night at our expense as artists. You know what I mean? We sensitive. But luckily we got up there and we did all these Boys II Men songs that night. We did Please Don't Go Away. We did and I think we did This Is My Heart. I think we did that one. And then we were out, you know, we had a little DAT player with those 3 songs with the tracks on them when we were singing the vocals. So when we finished, we left, and the victory was that we didn't get booed. I'm good. I'm about to take off my little clothes, put my regular clothes on. Next thing you know, we getting an encore from this tough crowd. So we go out there, but we don't know what to sing. Our DAT is over with. Like, what we gonna do? So let's do our practice song, If I Ever Fall in Love. So we get to the front of the stage, come together in the huddle, and ooh, and by, like we crank it up, and the crowd was like, "Oh, okay," you know, they was getting into it with no tracks, but you know, okay, that's sounding good, they killing it. And then we get the little finger snaps, and by the next time the chorus came, the second time around, the whole crowd knew the chorus already. They was singing the song with us, and then when we finished, you know, they clapped real hard again for us, and I was like, "This is crazy." I expected a total different outcome, but when we went backstage, we was like, "Yo, hey man, y'all want to try to get a record deal? Y'all saw that response, you know what I mean? Is a song like that? Let's try it." And that's what, you know, started us into, you know, trying to get the deal. And we finally got our deal with MCA Records for the acapella, but they wanted to hear a music version because at the time, the only acapella that worked was Cooley High Harmony with Boys II Men, which was dope. They killed this singer-wise, no doubt, but it was a known commodity because of the movie Cooley High, you know. DC Cameron, I think, was the name of the group that was singing that song. And so people knew that song already. It was already a known commodity. But If I Ever was something that was written by these 4 college kids. Really, Carl wrote the lyrics. But the arrangements and all that stuff, you know, Darnell and Mark. And so it was original. So the program directors might feel a way of playing some a cappella between 2 songs that have a beat to them. So they wanted us to hurry up and get this musical version of it. And if the musical version was dope, then we can get an album deal instead of like a single deal. So we came up with the musical version. It was dope. And then that sparked us having an album deal. And then by virtue of the fact, they didn't want If I Ever to be sold for $9.99 as a single. They wanted to be sold for $20 on an album. They made us do an album like in 2 weeks to hurry up and get this album thing done so we can put the song on it. And that's how we were able to have creative control on our albums, because they were just trying to hurry up and get something out, which left, you know, we had all these other songs a cappella that we could just put music to. Comforter, Baby, I'm Yours, you know. And so that's what we did. So we went from noon to midnight for 2 weeks straight. And then we accumulated enough songs to make an album, and that was our first effort. Our first album was like,
wow. So,
and that's how we came together.
Belly, you're going to answer like two questions I had already. I was going to say, what was your first time, like, what was it like getting your first, like, record deal? You know, who gave it to you? Like, what was that moment like? But you kind of basically answered the question already. So, you know, shout out to you. Okay. So what was your first Billboard entry, and what year was that? That was for If I Should Ever Fall in Love Again?
That was the first, because that was our first single. Mm-hmm. They just went straight for the gun, like boom, you know, and it hit Billboard. Like we actually were charting Billboard before we got the record deal, because the station in DC, WPGC, was playing a record on like a home jams kind of thing, and it caught fire. And so since they were P1 major station, they had sister stations that copied their format. So instantly, by being added to that station, we were added to like 40 other stations around the country. And in terms of chart, you know, placement, that's part of the criteria, you know, the radio station that you're added to in the rotation. So we were in like heavy rotation and stuff without a record deal yet. And that was creating chart position for us, you know. So we still needed a video and stuff like that to take it over the top, like all the big artists. But even without that, we were getting enough buzz where we were charting without the record deal. If we had known now, what we know now in terms of how to get it straight to without the middleman, but they didn't have social media back then or nothing. But we always felt like it got to be a better way to get it straight to the consumer without having to deal with these labels. But yeah, that's how it went down with it for us. Like we were getting charted already, so If I Ever actually came out and they put a little machine behind it, it went straight to the top, and it was up there with Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You from the Bodyguard soundtrack for like all these weeks, like 11 weeks or something crazy. And then yeah, it was nuts. Yep.
Yeah, and rest in peace her soul. But first of all, let me just say this: the acapella version. I know people love the regular version, the radio version, but that acapella version is crazy because
that was the first version.
That is crazy. It's underrated. It's crazy. Like that version. I'm glad you actually put it on streaming platforms and stuff, because sometimes I just want to hear them vocals without like the production, just the vocals.
Yeah.
The harmony. Yeah.
What's crazy too? Technique wise, I remember we went into that studio. That was our first time into a real studio when we cut that. People paid for it, and it was Q Studios in Virginia. And we went in there, and so you know how they got that one big mic that comes from the ceiling.
Yeah.
In a room where usually musicians play in that big room with the mic coming from the ceiling to get that sound, so musicians can set up all around it. But we went in that room with the vocals, and instead of just doing like everybody do their own note and come out the booth, and then the next man come and do his note, then go. We just all stood there around that one mic and did it like we used to just do it in the sound room at Howard University in Fine Arts, and we sung it out like that, just the harmonies together. Because we had our own blend. We knew we had a good blend, so we stacked those vocals. Like we did that together like 4 times on top of each other, but we were all around the mic at one time. And so the harmonies you hear were probably felt more natural and better to people because we didn't do it like Garfield, this is your note, go in there, you do pass, and okay, come out, the next man comes in and do it. Now we were all in there at the same time with each other's energy around that up mic. Ooh, all at the same time. And so, the harmonies come in. We know how to regulate and make sure, And so it came out. I think it had a more magical touch on it, because of us recording it like that. I really believe that.
Yeah, I be fake harmonizing with y'all. I be putting acapella on. I be trying to do the low register. I be fake harmonizing. I'm like, I can't even stand a chance with these people. But but it's just so amazing. Like just loving to hear vocals and how vocals are so important. And just the acapella is always the best part for me because
it feels good. It's spiritual.
It's the real talent. So what's your favorite song on y'all first album? Because my favorite song is "Baby I'm Yours."
You like "Baby I'm Yours"? You know what? That's funny because I got beef for "Baby I'm Yours." Like I loved it when it was acapella. And then every once in a while in the little soundproof rooms in the fine arts, like for artists to go in, they used to have a piano set up in there. And every once in a while we would just play piano and sing it like the acapella, but with a piano accompaniment. And it was so much more soulful. Actually, the chords is "Let's Get It On" by Marvin Gaye. That's the chords of that song if you really listen to it. That's just "Let's Get It On" pretty much. And when we had to do it for radio, we had to add those little that shit. Excuse my language. It made me hate the song, man. Because I used to like it because it was so dope. And you just hear that boom, 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 the church or on piano, boom, boom, you hear them keys, boom, boom. Understand, girl, and then the harmonies on them keys like that, even it was just so much more soulful. So then for it to come out with that pop sound, it just hurt me. I was like, we gotta have that as a representation of that. But people loved it, so I can't knock it. And I love the video. We went back to Howard and did the video at Howard. That was like one of my favorite videos. But my favorite song on the first album. Man, the people in the United States, even though "If I Ever Fall in Love" was what it was, people used to love that comforter, man. Like, and I was just blessed. I was blessed enough to be like the lead singer on that. And that was my first time ever singing lead. Mm-hmm. And it was that song. So it immediately made me be a front man. Like, damn, you got to be on Arsenio and all these shows singing comforter. It was crazy. I got pledged through Shai, man, through that experience. But it was cool. Sink or swim. I think I swam a little bit, but comforter probably comforter.
You definitely.
And then we had a song called "Sexual." I used to like "Sexual" too. Just the harmonies on that was kind of fly. I used to like "Sexual," But I don't know if it was a single or not. It was kind of a vibe more than anything. But "Comforter" was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Out of the singles.
The single, I think that was just more so like an album track, but like it was like a fan favorite, I guess, on the album. Like them strong B-sides. I think that's what "Sexual" was.
And "Together Forever" too, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful song. Mark Gaye wrote and arranged when he was in high school. He brought that to the group. Usually you all kind of wrote by committee, but Mark Gaye, Carl wrote "If I Ever" by himself, and Mark Gaye wrote "Together Forever" by himself and presented it to the group. And it was like one of the few times that we do that. We used to always take turns, right? Usually when somebody was singing their part, they wrote that part or something. Maybe like some hip hop artists. But a few songs and some bangers were brought. Individuals brought them to the table, and "Together Forever" was one of those.
I think "Comforter" is our best song, but I feel like "Baby I'm Yours" personally is my favorite just for certain reasons. But
fun though.
Yeah, it is fun.
It is fun. Like when we perform it live, like I can't front. The energy, I like it live. I like doing it live, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But just going from what we used to have it in that pocket with just that soulful piano with the chords and then our voice on top, going from that sound of it to this real poppy sound, that kind of hurt me when it was happening. Like, yo, that's what we about to do to Baby I'm Yours, man. Come on, yo, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, radio, man, come on. I was like, come on, B, we could do that and put it on radio with the acapella soulful harmonies just over that piano. Like, why we can't do that? You know, but hey, it is what it is. You know, people love Baby I'm Yours. In Hawaii, wherever we go, they love that song, man. And so I'm just blowing hot air right now, I guess.
Yeah. So, did you guys headline y'all first album? Did y'all headline the tour, or was you guys like an opening act for somebody else?
We fell into a lucky situation where it was a lot of new artists at that same exact time. Named bomb artists like SWV, Silk, H-Town, Jay, and we all went on 2 tours back to back. One was the Coke Fest or something like that, and the other was the Budweiser Super Fest. And the range, the order will fluctuate nightly. Usually it would be I don't remember, a lot of nights they would have Jay go first, then H-Town, and then Shai, then SWV, then Silk. Or then sometimes it would be Jay, H-Town, SWV, then Shai, then Silk. Or sometimes Shai would end it, and Silk would go third. Like they would flip flop. But we wouldn't end it actually. It would be like LL Cool J or somebody ending that show. Or Naughty by Nature would come on and end and headline the show. Or BBD would come on and teach us a few things about showmanship. They would come on and end the show. You know, they was our age. They was veterans already. And their show was cold back then. It still is cold. You know, they can be up there being pros like the mob. But we was nice with it. Everybody was nice. And but yeah, the middle orders would kind of change and loop around every night on that too, because it was all new youngins with heat coming out and everything. And we did back-to-back tours together. It was the same kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you know, obviously you're in a you know, a group, or you was in a group. Y'all school together. So, what is it like? People don't know about like groups. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like being in a group. Like, how is it different from like obviously being like a solo artist? And what are some things that people like you face being in a group and stuff? Like,
oh yeah, well, there's it's like a double-edged sword. Like on the one hand, as a solo artist, if you're in demand, just financially, you know, if like say it's like the promoters are used to paying entities a certain amount per show, then you as one person, if you get maybe 15,000 or something like that, that's all coming to you, unless you got some background singers and some stuff like that. But you don't have to pay as much to them as you do the principal act. Whereas a group usually got to split it a certain amount of ways. Like I think Still got 5 members, Shai 4 members. Financially, you know, that the solo artists might have the advantage if they got a hot song and everything else is equal. They coming away with bigger bag than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But opposite that, you got comrades on stage with you to run around with, and y'all all singing different parts of the song. That type of, it's like a team fun. Like, you know, we all get this victory tonight. Like we all get to share in it. It's like a team sport. You know what I mean? On the floor, like you leaving it all on the floor. It's almost the same thing. You give it all you got. You helping each other out. Maybe somebody got a night that's not as on, and you helping them out while you add a certain run to what they doing and build it up. You know, it's a team. It's like you got that support. You know, you got that support if you on an off night. If you're a solo act, you got an off night. It's just all you. But if you got people around you that can carry some of your weight, you know, you with them. So those are the advantages. But energy-wise, you know, if you got a group up there, you know, you can project more energy, and you can also internally and derive energy from your group mates to do certain things. If you seeing them, maybe they dancing and grooving that night, you're like, oh shit, yeah, he grooving. I should groove too. Like they give you energy, they give you more life, they put you in a frame of mind. So, you know, that team aspect is dope. But as a solo artist too, you get free range. If you really, really love the lights like that, you get to hog the whole thing. It's all yours. You ain't got to share it with nobody. You might like it like that. Like people who like to live alone, you know, they prefer that. You know what I mean? So some people thrive in that. And they would much rather have that. And usually they're the ones who are solo artists because they can do that. You know what I mean? And so yeah, you know, so it's a double. I wouldn't say one is even better than the other. I couldn't do that. But for me, my goal of it, I love the group aspect. I would have it no other way, man. You know, I love being on stage and traveling on the planes and doing all that with my boys then we get up there and rock, and then we get the pleasure of doing a dope ass show, and then come off the stage and the fans greet you with love, and you go eat some good food and fellowship and chill and catch the flight and then come back the next time. Like, that's dope to me, you know what I mean? And, you know, as a solo artist, you have that with your dancers and your background singers and stuff. But the full principal people, they kind of, I feel like it's a little bit different, I feel like, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, I don't think either one is better or worse. It's just whichever one is your bag is your bag.
So, you keep bringing up SWV, and that is my favorite group. SWV is like, I can't even talk to, but you
won't get no argument over here.
Huh?
You won't get no argument over here.
SWV is my favorite group of like all time, like
bangers, like them songs. The hits that they had, as like all hits are not created equal. Like the hits that they had as hits were just like crazy, like Rain, Weak, you know, like the Human Nature remix, you know, the Love Will Be Right Here. That, you know, it goes on and on, really, like. Anyway, just them harmonies, and they harmonies too within the melodies too. Like you got to give credit. I think Brian Morgan is my man name that did a lot of production on that stuff. Gina Gomez did that joint Downtown. I used to love Downtown too. But they just had good writers and just dope melodies, and Coco would just be killing it. And then later on, Lily and Taj finally jumped into the fray and started rocking and killing it. And you know, now they aging well, looking good on stage, doing it, you know, keeping it going, man. I'm proud of them sisters, man. You know, we came from back in the day, man. They really like a fam, you know.
So you was for a week. So how did that come about? What was that about? Like, you know, what was it like being in like a number one? I think that was number one on
I fell into that because you know, I was just hanging out with Coco one day, and she was like, "Hey, you gotta come with me. I gotta go see what's my guy that directed the Lionel Martin. I gotta go see Lionel. You know, just come with me." I was like, "All right, you know, whatever." So in LA, I go with her to go see Lionel, and they discussing the treatment of the video, and I'm just in there window dressing, just waiting for her to finish, you know, so we can go out, have some fun, whatever. And so Lionel was like, "Hey, yo, did any acting?" I was like, yeah. And he was like, "You interested in the little, you know, part in the little video?" And I was like, "Sure," you know what I'm saying? And so I didn't even really ask my label or nothing, man. I just showed up with Coco to the video shoot, you know what I mean? And I ended up being in that joint. There was a lot of dudes in there that was from different groups and stuff like that. Chris Latimer and all the dudes from like Troop was in there, at least 3 of them. Alan, a few of them, John, Alan, somebody else, and I think it was just John Allen, and then just a lot of other cats too up in there, man. It was fun. That was a lot of fun making that video. A very good. A lot of people trip out when I tell them I was in that one. They were like, no, you wasn't. I was like, yo, go check it out. See them with the cap on.
Every time I watch the video, I'm like, yo, that's my boy Garfield. Garfield's in there. Garfield follows me, guys. Garfield follows me. That's Garfield.
Yeah, crazy, man. But that was a lot of fun. Those days were fun, man. The 90s, man, was so much. It was a lot going on. Reaganomics, you know, the Persian Gulf. You had AIDS at its all-time height. But you had that burgeoning of, like, dope hip-hop and R&B at the same time. Pity pat, backpacking off each other, and just the times themselves extra political. Like, the type of R&B, the type of hip-hop, like the Public Enemies was right there with the Rakim Malaz. It was just a whole vibe that was created. It was new and creative things coming out of the art form. It wasn't the same stoop warmed over. It was just like innovative new things. Even down to something as simple as fat shoelaces being rocked as a fashion statement in your shoes if you got some suede Pumas. Something that simple is just like a statement that got born that still can carry over. Like, I don't feel like today we creating enough new things into the culture like that. Like new little just things. Like, you know, even the concept of spinning on your head, man, breakdancing. Like, if you're really thinking about expressing a beat through jumping up and spinning on your head, like, that got born in that time period. Like, something that drastic as a response to music. Like, music was real and alive and just new stuff and vibrant. Like, and I don't get that feeling from there. I know it's still artistry, and I respect it. I do. And I like a lot of the little tunes in between tunes. You know, I don't like all of it, but there's some stuff on there I'll be waiting for. But, man, in those days, it was just explosive. Like, the artist just had an explosive jump onto the landscape of reality. Like, yeah, we here. Like, and it was just deeper tissue connections to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just, you know, the 90s was just, it was great. It was coming up in the 90s for those reasons, man. It was
amazing. That like the 90s, like even like it wasn't one of the 90s, but just doing your research and just seeing like what like how it looked and the music that came out of it was like, wow, I wish I was born that time. Like you
It was a dope era. And even while we were in it, we could feel that it was something special about this one. Not even trying to be biased or whatever, because we were obviously biased, but we could still tell objectively almost that, hey, nah, but this time period, it's got to be doper than other time period. You know, we felt like that. You know, and it stands the test of time. When you look back on that time, there was just a lot of creative impetus for artists. A lot of them had creative control. There was not a cookie cutter kind of conversion in terms of bottom line. People was kind of like throwing paint to see where it would stick, to see what they could count on, to then start doing a cookie cutter thing. But at the time, they didn't know which thing was the right trend to jump on. So it was free for all to kind of invent your way. And there was more creativity coming out because of that, R&B and hip hop wise. Like, yeah, it was just so much dope. Like the Fugees could come out and do what they did. Like, you know, with Lauren and them blowing like that. But then, you know, they still rhyming and she rhyming, like killing people. Like all them kind of sounds in one thing. And then, you know, finally to the Aaliyahs and the Timberlands and the Missies coming out and starting, you know, then the Jodeci's and then the Wu-Tang Clan was popping and Nas and like all these different places that you look, it was just tremendous talent in their own respective lanes, just giving it to you. Like, then you had anomalies like Old Dirty Bastard, just his own self entity. Like, you just gotta just give it to him. You don't know what that really is, but you can feel that shit's crazy. Even stuff like Bone Thugs and Harmony came out with a sound that some people didn't even like, but they had to respect the authenticity and the gravity of it. Like, it was just a lot to that time, man. It was just so dope, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what was it like to have somebody like Jeremiah sample
Oh, it was dope. It was so dope. I did not expect that in that song when it was like, because I was already liking the song when I first heard it before that part came in. I didn't even know that was coming. So I'm listening to this song. I think that's We, right? There's no we without you. And I was just like, ooh, because that's not concept. There's no we without you. And that was something that's a throwback type of concept, like for your hook. Like them young dudes don't really say stuff like that. There's no we without you and I. And then we is always also a play on words with OU. I like we, like yes, the word yes. Like, you know, unless me and you agree to the yesness of it all, it won't happen. But then also there's no we without the concept of you and me being in it. That's like some groaner kind of like material. Mm-hmm. So I was feeling that, and I like the melody. You know, yeah, all that stuff he was doing. I was like, yeah. You know, then all of a sudden, ooh, da-doo-doo came in. I was like, what? Stop playing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even really think the chords even matched what he was doing in the first part. I was like, this just came out of nowhere. But I was just happy to hear it in there. Like, oh, that's dope. And big ups, because he reaching back, giving love to, you know, OGs, you know. That hit me. And I like his other stuff that, Chill, maybe you can just be on Chill tonight with a high. That's a dope. The lyrics to that, like, I don't know who was penning that, but that's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Feel me? Like, so I like Jeremiah, you know.
The rating isn't, but I thought you would have known, because I know nowadays the sampling, you know, he sampled you guys, so I thought that you probably had known for the song prior before it came out.
Now, what happens with that is when you sign to your publishing companies, they go find places where your song has been played, your hook, and they'll get that anyway. We'll just see it on our royalty statement, even if we don't know about it, that, oh, that must mean somebody must have sampled our song, you know what I mean? It'll automatically go to our publishing, because they get their publishing, you know, the jukeboxes, the commercials, like anywhere your elevators, hotels, grocery stores, people, Starbucks, whoever plays like, you know, a thing of music in rotation, and they use it in a way that is part of the aspect to make their money, they got to pay them artists, because that's part of what keeps these customers in there, whatever. So we get royalties, you know, from that. So yeah, we was going to get the royalties anyway, but it was just dope to hear that. I was like, what? And I was thinking of the song, like I said, like even without that song was dope to me. Like, so yeah, that was like a good surprise that day when I first heard that. I was cheesing like, what? You know what I'm saying?
So what artists that you met that you was like starstruck about, like back in the days when you first met? Like, what was that one artist that you met? You was like, oh my God, I can't believe he or she standing right there. Like, you was like really like, wow.
I was peeing next to Stevie Wonder. Okay, so this how it happened. Mm-hmm. So in 90, we got signed in 92. So like around 94, I think Bill Clinton had an inauguration. He got elected, and they on a mall part of Washington Monument, they always have this big celebration full of like all the OG iconic, you know, Michael Jackson's, Quincy Jones, you know, the Ashford and Simpsons of the world, like the OG icons. And so Chelsea Clinton happened to tell her parents, this is crazy, I can't make this up. Chelsea Clinton happened to tell her parents, can we have Shai this time at the thing, on the mall, like at the inauguration ceremony. Like, it was because of Chelsea Clinton that Shai was able to come. And so we got there. We was roommates with outside. They had these makeshift like tent things for each artist, and we was 2 artists to a tent. And our roommates was Take 6. Across the hall from us was Luther Vandross. Down the hall was Stevie Wonder. You had James Ingram, Diana Ross. You had Ray Charles. You had Ashford Simpson, Benny King. Because all these people we were going to do We Are the World as that closing number. But individually, we would do songs. And we came out on stage with Benny King and did Stand By Me, the little medley they had going on and everything. But we got to rehearse for like a week. So we get to have talk with Stevie. I'm talking with Luther and stuff. And wilding out. Luther was a wild dude, man. He come across the tent and talking shit. Luther had a wild personality. He was so dope. I wish everybody could just know how Luther was like. Luther was a trip, man. It was fun to be around Luther. And then Take 6 was giving us props. It was like, what? Y'all, man, on the minor chords, y'all be sliding into it and all that. Y'all talk about how dope we are. Y'all are. So he was like a lot of that going on. Then every day would culminate in this round circle. Like Diana Ross would be standing next to us. James Ingram would be playing pranks on us because he could make his voice go that real, all that hot stuff, and he could run. Quincy Jones would look over at our direction and see us thinking these young dudes probably in here wild and we get in trouble. James be over there laughing and snickering. Like, so, those kind of memories. Then Sound of Blackness was right there, all in our round. And it was just wild that we standing next to Diana Ross, and she got the little Levi tight jeans on, the wheat Timberlands, a hoodie with her hair big out, like, Diana, you know what I'm saying? It was chilling. It was dope, man. And then so one day, I had to go pee really bad, so I took a break, ran into the little makeshift. They had the powder potties, but it was like a big old, it was like 7, urinals in it. It was like a big old huge bathroom, but it was portable. And so I went to the urinal, and Stevie Wonder was right there peeing next to me. And it was like, I didn't want to leave before he left because I wanted to leave him. But we in the bathroom, and it's man cold. You don't be making conversation while y'all peeing. You better just chill. So in my mind, it even hit me like, yo, so what are you going to call this man? You can't say Mr. Wonder. That sounds ridiculous. And you definitely can't call him by his first name. You better just get that out your head. What you going to say to this man? I was like, damn, how do I address this man? You know what I'm saying? So he got through peeing. I got through peeing, washed my hands. And then I said, Mr. Stevie Wonder. I just said the whole government, Mr. Stevie Wonder. He said, yeah, who's that? I said, bro, I'm in one of the groups. And on the performance, I said, the group Shai. And Stevie started doing that, ooh, like let me know that he heard the song before. And I was like, oh my God, Stevie know my joint, you know what I'm saying? So that was like one of the most hype. That was one of my most hype moments. Oh, Michael Jackson was also in attendance at that whole thing, with Quincy. Yeah, it was Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Quincy Jones, Ray Charles, Diana Ross, Ashford Simpson, Chaka Khan, then Melissa Etheridge. Like, it was just Benny King, Sounds of Blackness, James Ingram. Man, the list goes on. Just talent, like major, and it was book. Oh, wait a minute. I'll take you there. The sisters, Staple Singers. They was there. Bro, it was just like, it was star-studded, man. And we got to just drink all that up. And the only other time I got to feel that kind of a feeling is one time Marvin Gaye's, the wife that had Nona Gaye, the mother of Nona, the last wife, pretty lady, she invited a lot of the groups and acts to come to Cannes, France, to participate in this like tribute to Marvin Gaye. And each of the acts there was singing a Marvin song. Like, it was like 20-some acts, and each one would be responsible for a Marvin Gaye song or whatever. And I forgot which one we sang, man, but we were there. Elder Barge, which you do on tour now with Elder Barge. It was Elder Barge, Randy Crawford. It was this dope dude named Omar. He's from Europe, but he's singing like a lower register, but he's funky, soulful. And he did that boom, 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 boom. He was real low like that. And instead of that rockets, instead of being all the things, he was like, rockets, moonshots. He was real low. He was like, Monday, we make. He was real low, you know what I'm saying? He was dope, but it was just dope. Chaka Khan got up there and killed something, whatever she touched, clearly. And it was just a night full of that. And so to be in the presence of all those greats too, and them loving us, like accepting us as like part of the establishment, like, yeah, y'all young boys, y'all got that. Yeah. that was another night. I was like, yo, that's Shaka Khan, bro, trying to dance with me. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
So
Yes. That's so. What is one like artist that you collaborate with that you felt accomplished, and what is one artist that you hope to like a dream collab you still want to collab, like an artist that you still want to collaborate with?
Man, we never really collaborated with people. We collaborated with Boney James one time, and it was dope. We got to do like a and it did well on the charts for a dope contemporary, whatever. But we never. That was like wasn't a dream thing. That they kind of put that together and turned out dope, and I'm glad we did it. But artists that I would love to work with that I never got to work with too. One is Raphael Sadiq. Just creatively, I just felt like we could come up with something. Like when he gets to finally, he would be able to see what I really am, what I got musically, like my part. Like I'm a part of Shai, but just me as a creative, I got like a different kind of like vibe, and that vibe, Raphael, I know it would go well with Raphael's thing, like because he's different in a way that's dope and soulful, and I am too on my personal. D'Angelo, just do something like funky with D'Angelo, like that would be dope to me. You know what I'm saying? I would love that. You know what I'm saying? I would love to rock with those two like this. Just make something funky and just soulful, meaningful, but in the pocket. The style would just be a groove. It'd be funky but sexy and just soulful. You know what I mean? I want to feel and melodically just beautiful, like a dope melody. You know, real catchy, magnetic, gravitational melodies. I know that would be the case. You know, so yeah.
That would be amazing. I could see you and D'Angelo. I could see that.
Man, that's one of my favorite artists right there, boy. That dude got so much. That boy bad, man. That's a bad boy right there. On that's a dope. That dude got talent, man. Like some different level. He got some different shit with D'Angelo, bro. Word up. You coming from a different place, man.
Yeah. So you do have your own music though too. So you have What You See. I think you dropped that this year. You have
What You See. My wife, Demetria.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna get with Mistress Bright.
Mrs. Bright.
With Mistress Bright. What was it like working with your wife? Like I didn't know your wife was actually a single. What was it like working with your wife?
She reluctantly, like because I set up my studio stuff on the kitchen table, like at the dining room table. Mm-hmm. She walked past. And of course, invariably, she's going to put her 2 cents in. And, sometimes I follow her advice and it ends up for the better. Mm-hmm. But she got to sing certain little melodies. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm going to put you just on here. You're going to sing this. Don't be telling me what you're going to sing this. No, I'm not a singer. But then she got a pretty voice. And you're going to sing. So then we started cutting, like, her own stuff. And it came out good. Nobody's heard that yet. We just still working on it. But it's some dope stuff that she just got on her own. And then she started arranging, going crazy. And now she killing it, and it's still talking about I ain't a singer and all that. But anyway, I was like, whatever. So I put on my record, like, you're going to be on there. And it was cool because Love's a Vibe, it was just a dope. I just wanted, like, my singing style on those two. First of all, they were part of a project that was supposed to come out during Black History Month. That's why when you hear What You See, it's kind of a critique against the United States, from a political point of view. What you see is what you get. America, your favorite. Melting pot, favors rich. Vanilla cream, not chocolate. Land of free, home of brave. All they see is former slave. I got eyes, so I see you. Copy me. Nothing new, cause not invisible after all. Tell me how many will have to fall, trying to fly high before they can crawl, feeling like they got nothing at all. Tell me what you see. It was like a indictment or critique of just what we swimming in the United States. So it was supposed to come out Black History Month, so it was kind of a Black History type of tribute. I also gave up big ups to Black Love on that project. But my stuff ain't normally that political like that, but I just wanted to put that, and it kind of have a D'Angelo style to it. So, like I said, that's my favorite dude. But I got other stuff that's more like love and sensuous. I got some stuff like this song called Levitate. Like, it's some stuff that I got that's different melodically and cadence-wise and more singing, like real singing. But that was more, and so one of my styles I like to do is almost conversational, where it's almost like you forget I'm singing. It's almost like I'm talking to you. And when you listen, there's some harmonies and a melody there, but the content make you feel like I'm just saying it to you. That's the style. Like Michael Franks, who's an influence of mine. People probably don't know who that is. Michael Franks. But it's tone. It's just all tone. It ain't no runs. It ain't no dope ass Wanye type dope runs. It's just real, just 5 days. Roy Ayers. If you could picture head in the Roy Ayers, that's kind of like when I do stuff because I'm a jazz-based dude, so I like that kind of a vibe. But some stuff I'll actually sing, like traditional, what you expect out of some R&B. I'll do that too. But a lot of times I'm just trying to vibe and paint a cool, you can ride on the highway with my type stuff. So, as a solo artist. So, but people kind of in their mind thinking Shai, but I'm more hip-hop based and more melodic and soulful and jazzy with it. Like the perfect producer for me would be a touch of jazz who did Jill Scott's first album. Mm-hmm. That would be my, like I could rock over them kind of beats and make something crazy. Like, with my type of sound, my style,
Yeah, I feel like you hear your inspiration more, like, within your music. Like, because it's different from Shai a little bit. Like, it's a little different. Like, it's very interesting. Like, I was just like...
Like, it's harmonies in there, but I got, like, that song, What You See, was a combination of, like, a D'Angelo and this dude named Gil Scott-Heron from The Last Poets. That part, not invisible after all. Tell me, it ain't all the way sung all out. It's kind of spoken-y, but it's singy. Like, that was on purpose. Like, that was a 1960s black arts movement kind of style right there. So, like I said, the song was more for political. So I reached back to those kinds of people who was making a difference in that time. And The Last Poets, Gil Scott-Heron was definitely doing that kind of indictment of America through his music with, Whitey on the Moon and different songs like that. But I also put it in the skin of a D'Angelo, What you see is what you get. America, favorite, in the harmony. Melting pot, favorite. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of that, you know what I'm saying? It ain't all singing out like gospel. It's like it's a little thing, you know what I mean? So I'm going for that more. And a lot of people got to adjust to that because they used to shine in what I sing and shine and stuff. But me personally, I'm more of a vibe type of dude, like, you know what I mean? So. But yeah, it'll be showcased soon. I got more body material that I'm gonna put out. This kind of people can do that. Oh, okay, I see where you're coming from. Oh, okay, But right now I'm setting that up. People still got to get used to what I bring. So yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely had you have more collaborations. So you have the song with Papa London.
Oh yeah. I just happened to be in Paris with my boy Earl, Urban Wall Street, and we were doing a Black Excellence type of tour, interviewing different people, like common folks in the neighborhood that were making a difference, who often would get overlooked when it comes to some kind of historical overview in the future. But these people in the real time make a difference. So we were interviewing just slices of life of Black excellence in real time, basically. And in between doing all that, we had some musical connections, and one thing led to the next. Next thing I'm in the studio singing a joint with this kind of reggae, British kind of black dude, African type dude, but a lot of little influences, but we came together on this track, and kind of dope, you know what I'm saying? But I just had fun. The experience was kind of dope.
That's dope. That's different for your discography.
That's different. That was way different for me. Like but I'm that guy. I'm willing to I'm eclectic. I love languages. I love the experience. I like the experience of making a song probably more than the song itself. But the song came out dope. I was like, yo, this shit came out kind of hot, But I enjoy collaborating with somebody from another world, pretty much, and how they feel about music and what they bring to the table. And we'll play, looking at how they tick to the same track that I'm feeling, how they express it. Like, oh, okay, yeah, they feeling it like that. Okay, well, you don't mind, and they stretch me out. They make me more when I'm doing my own thing, they pull out of me more than I probably would have able to do as a young Garfield and Shai. As a growner version of myself, I think I got a little better and a little more. I know what I'm trying to do, and because I got thrown in the fire and Shai, man. I wasn't even developed yet when I first was on TV and all that. I was still learning on the ropes, you know what I'm saying? But after I found my voice and the kind of stuff that I really like to do with it, and what I can rely on, what sounds good to me, what kind of response I get from people when I do this. When I finally got a bag of things I start being able to rely on, then that's when I started being able to kind of perform. What I saw in my brain matched what was coming out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying?
And how was Sweet Memories? I know you did that collaboration.
Oh, yeah. That was I was part of this, hip-hop initiative called the Los Angeles Unified Skills District, LAUSD. There was a lot of different groups inside the umbrella of that group, kind of like the Montgomery Improvement Association held all these different civil rights groups up under it. It was like that for us. The LAUSD contained SKP, called Street Corner Performers. It was Tariq and them. I Killing them was jumping in there from Jurassic. I was a part of it. Darnell. cast, a lot of different people, Tommy Cole, like everybody, a lot of people was in that, just in it, just making music together, collabing. I'm tripping. Empress Camille, she was one of the Afro, like it was a eclectic blend of different talents, and my guy, it was more DJ dudes. It's like 3 dudes I'm seeing in my brain. I can't remember their names, but it was so many dudes in that making dope little 16 bars here, hooks there, and then we finally started putting some of that stuff together. And then Sweet Memories came. We finally just did a whole collab one time. Like everybody just was there having fun, partying a little bit, just put on record. Okay, you do this first. Okay, I'm gonna be writing while you singing. Okay, my turn now. I'm gonna put this on it. And then it come out and get mixed just a little bit. We really didn't get to mix on our stuff. We just kept recording it. But that's how Sweet Memories came. It was me jumping on there with them.
So I had to make sure I brought that up because you have a lot of collab. You have your solo music, you have Shai, but you have some collaboration that you touch in. I know your discography. You got some collaboration that you touch in.
I forgot about a lot of the people, because I never did that to put it out. I was just artist to artist, just trying to just vibe. And some of that stuff still got put on iTunes and different places where it's on. I see my little royalty sheet, like, what's that? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I did do that. Because I'm thinking some other artist is impersonating me or something when I see my royalty thing. Sometimes, like, I don't know that song, but I can get royalties. Oh, I remember doing, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Damn, I'm getting paid for that? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I do stuff because I'm feeling it more than I'm not really motivated by the money part. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should be, maybe that's one of my weaknesses. But I just like to create, man. I like to collab. I just like to really, the experience in this lifetime of just connecting my soul with people through music and coming out with something at the end of it. Like, look what we did. You know what I mean? Like, that's dope to me. Like, I feel accomplished from that. Quality of life wise, it don't cost no money really. So, and if the songs happen to do something, that's even more gravy. Like, but I just want to share them, man. I just want to make good stuff and share it. And just give good energy when I can.
And the money, but we love you because you're very, very humble. So keep being humble. We love that. If there's albums, what are the albums for you? Like 3 albums that you like, you feel like it's crazy, like it's just voted. Like only 3 out of like a bunch of discography, like 3 albums that were like you were like say voted albums.
Yo, Mama's Gun, Eric Badu, Midnight Marauders by Tribe Called Quest. You know what I'm saying? And then, I got to go to Stevie, man. Something from Stevie. Let me think. It's hard with Stevie. Every album was great, but I'm gonna go with the one with they're too high. So what album is that's not Songs in the Key of Life. That's oh shit. Dang, I forget what album I'm talking about. No, whatever album that Too High is on. The one with Damn, I forget what album that was. Whatever album that that album by Stevie Wonder. That album right there. But then I still want to put. Hear My Dear by Marvin Gaye on there too. I got to put a 3B, a 3A, and 3B. Marvin Gaye's Hear My Dear.
What's that song? Especially that Tribe Called Quest one. That's a crazy one.
Midnight Waters in the Take Back, boy. Peace of my man Comdale back in his day. But yeah.
So you got your PhD. So you're Dr. Garfield Bright.
Yep, I am.
Yeah. So why was it so important? Because a lot of artists make music, they make money, they're so comfortable. Why was it important for you to actually get your doctorate, like to be,
Just, for my name's sake. I really wasn't doing it motivated on, for people to even call me Dr. Bright. I was like, I love knowledge. I love getting new understanding of, and I'm always wondering what the hell is this thing that we living in? And I just want a clear picture of why the hell are we here? Like, what is this thing? Like, what is this? Where did language even come from? Like, I got so many questions that I'll never get answered. So just explaining the trends I see, I just felt the onus to just matriculate more through school and just get more of an education to fall back on, I guess, but just two, I just wanted to experience education at that high level to see if my metal could be tested and how I would stack up. And I ended up having a 4.03 GPA. I got honored by having the dopest dissertation for from the Arts and Sciences School, as well as the dopest master's thesis in my cohort. It was me and it was shared at that time, me and Ebony. And so I excelled, at it. And I did it for me. I did it for my family's last name. I did it, just for the legacy, just knowing that as an artist, I was also, I maxed out educationally at the highest level. I got a terminal degree. I'm Dr. Bright. So the historical legacy, they looking back on this time period and they really scrutinize things, maybe they'll see that, it was some people of substance doing some different things and, making their moves this way, but still doing some stuff here. They had the metal. They were made out of that kind of stuff. And people say, well, they're not made like they used to. They'll at least be able to say, well, yeah, it was something about dude. He kind of did some stuff like that. He might not have kind of put that on Front Street, but he was making some real positive and strong moves. And for my family's sake, for my kids, and, just for other aspiring intellects who think they got to be one way or the other, I'm just kind of like bringing in and ushering in the both and concept, the win-win conversation. Like you can do both and. If you got something in your soul, but you still want to do something practical, you're going to be miserable at the end of your life if you ain't do that thing that was in your soul. So you might as well do both and create a way and create a pathway for both. And then I'm trying to say that I set precedent for it, at least in R&B. I don't know if anybody else has a PhD in R&B music and, went platinum, whatever. So, I feel like maybe I did something historical, and that's just cool. That's cool for me.
It's like, wow, PhD, Dr. Bright, you know what I'm saying? We better wear it, like, because, it took a lot of time. So how did you balance, like, artistry?
I don't know. Whatever that question, I was not the master of that. I just had the will to just make it happen, but I can't even say here that I had some kind of dope pathway, because I ended up losing a lot of friends. I alienated people because the PhD work, it took that. Like, I didn't have enough energy. I had to literally choose certain things, and it wasn't popular decisions I was making at all. But I had to finish what I started, and it was not easy. Like, it was a grind. It was a lot of stuff you got to do. It was like incredible journey, man. It's rich, but it was totally every fiber in my being had to be devoted to. I mean, we was reading 20, 25 books a week, having to be responsible for that information and presses and different types of things, and then present presentations at conventions based off of certain pieces of knowledge, helping writing grants based off and then your schoolwork, and then, all the other things you had to do, ancillary duties, and then, people wonder why you can't come out on a date, or, oh man, but you can make time for stuff you want to make time for, like, and yo, man, I wish that sounds good, but you really just don't understand my path. So it was a lot of sacrifice, and even my kids, my family and stuff like that. A lot of them really, they proud of me for what I did, but they kind of still really don't understand, really what I was doing that for, like, in a lot of ways. So it was a lot of sacrifice, but that kind of effort is going to be understood in the future. And I knew it was an investment, and I knew down the line, my stock and my breed will be richer for that part of me making those decisions to do that and that. I'm on both sides of the coin, artistry and intellectual. And a lot of times people think for some reason that doesn't mix, but most of the most intellectual people are artists. So, but yeah, I went through those bells and whistles and jumped through those hoops and got my PhD at a high clip to set an example. And it wasn't really to put my chest out there to have people calling me Dr. Bright, because I'm really not one of them. I'm not like the doctor. I didn't walk in a ceremony and have them hood me and all that. I didn't do it for that fraternal thing. I did it for me. I did it for my family. I did it to grow and go through a process, to put myself through some kind of initiation of sorts. It was for me, and at the end of the day, I'm proud of myself for having gone through it and what it means, the struggle, the journey part of it, what I've proven to myself and stuff like that. And I was good with that. Like, I feel good about that I did that. But like I said, it was a lot of sacrifice, that still to this day is attached to it that I still got to work through. But I would still have done it rather than not have done it.
Yeah, you should be like that. Like, that's an accomplishment that a lot of people couldn't or can't. So you should be very proud of yourself. But I know married to Dr. Bright, and y'all got some beautiful kids. How many kids you got?
Man, I got, by my ex-wife, I had 5 sons. So, that was, they all back in LA, 2 of them produced. You know what I'm saying? Two of them, one of them models, like, you know, Fashion Week, he up there, Mizan, and Nasir's and his clothing company and stuff like that. They all fly little dudes, but they good dudes. They good peoples. They good peoples, man. And, you know, then I got a little son named Jordan and a daughter named Keone.
How old are they?
Which one? Keone and Jordan?
Oh, yeah. Both, yeah.
They like 10, 11, something like that.
Something like that.
Now, Keone be 11 on February 14th. Oh. And Jordan just turned 10 September 21st.
Okay. And so, what's your favorite thing about, you know, Miss Bright? What's your favorite thing about her? Like, what?
Oh, but me and Miss Bright now, we don't have any kids. She has a daughter already, Brianna. But we don't have any kids together. I just had my ex.
Yeah. But like, what's your favorite thing about like being with Miss Bright? Like, you know, what is it that really?
Cause she a knucklehead now. I'm just playing. Now, but she is sometimes. Even though she'll say that about me, that I'm that most time. I mean, she just unapologetically her, real sweet, do anything for me. You know what I mean? And she just, you know, just real driven in whatever she goes for. So she kind of, you know, gives me that energy when she going all out and doing what she's doing and encourage me to go all out and do what I'm doing. She just, you know, just real cool in the pocket. She don't, you know, like she gets what I am and who I am and what I do, you know, and that means a lot. And she tries her best to just make things comfortable for me. And I try to do that in return, you know what I'm saying? So she just cool peeps, man. She just real stable, like consistent. Like it ain't a whole bunch of this, so it helps me when I come home off the road. That she's pretty much like, unless I leave something on the table. If I don't clean up something though, you know what I'm saying? If I got something, she done had it all nice and clean and pristine, and then I come home and throw my backpack somewhere, and my baseball cap somewhere, and then my shades, and then my little money get over here or something, and it's clogging up something, she'll let me have it. You know what I'm saying? For an hour. Tired of thinking about you. But other than that, though, you know, she's pretty consistent, you know, just like that. And that's valuable to me. Like, at 53 years old, man, I don't know if I can hang with somebody that's like this, you know, making me do all that. Like, oh my God, that would be too much. But just
like even though this is Google, like you can see this on Google, but like what are you doing? Because when I'm picking one of these things, like that's crazy.
And I don't know. I don't have no magic formula. I'm a vegan. I haven't eaten like blood-based foods in like 10, 11, maybe 12 years or something like that. But when I was 17, I stopped eating beef and pork. Way back then. So and you know, from there, I finally like woke up one morning and said, you know what? I'm not eating chicken ever again. I'm done. I'm just done.
That's the plan.
And I quit chicken and soda on that same day. I'm not doing those. I had just seen this YouTube video where this dude heated up some Coke and stuck a spoon in it as it was cooling, and that spoon just stood straight up in all that sugar. And I was like, oh my God, that's what it be doing in my stomach? Oh, hell no. So I just quit. People was cleaning appliances with fermented Coke. I was like, oh, stop playing. My guts is getting that exposed on a daily, because I used to kill them sweet teas and sodas when I moved to Atlanta. And I just stopped. You know, plus diabetes runs in my family, so I was trying to get ahead of that in my lifestyle as a youngin', so I wouldn't have to make some big adjustment later on or something like that. And then, you know, I just stopped eating all that stuff, man, and figured out a diet scheme where I wouldn't lose too much weight and how to really do it, and, you know, how to get the comforts of food even without eating meat. And I done figured some little stuff out. You know, I got my go-tos that satiate me, make me feel good, maybe satisfy my taste buds in my stomach, and I'm rolling. I try to drink, you know, plenty. I've been lacking on my water lately, but try to drink plenty of water. And, you know, I have my little 1 cup of coffee every day in the morning and stuff. That's my little sacrifice, but I do the same thing, you know, and then I do my little ghetto workout. I do my dips against the bathtub. I try to do 250 dips a day against the tub, you know, and I turn around and put the push-up version up against the side of the tub. Because I do that because, like, wherever I go, even if I have a workout room, I can always use the tub, you know what I'm saying? So I just keep consistently doing all that, you know, and it keeps me, you know, it keeps me a certain way of it. And then I just try to give good energy consciously if I can or whatever. Maybe a combination of all that. And then the fact that I do music Maybe all that's keeping me younger or something. I don't know. I can't explain it.
What was I gonna say to you? So, what are some artists in R&B? Now, you being a legend, now, what are some artists in R&B music that you listen to? Like some of the younger artists, like in R&B. Like what a somebody said was room for you and Coco. Ooh, child, this man's nice.
Nah, Coco out there doing it big. I'm proud of her. Really proud. You said artists that I dig now?
Yeah.
I like Miguel a lot. Like that's a dope artist to me.
It reminds of you for some. I don't know why.
It's funny because I'm black all the way through. I think he got like a Latino mixture with him. Something maybe even Mexican. I'm not sure. But Miguel, like his name is Miguel, which is Spanish for Michael. My dad is a dark-skinned black dude with like Native American looking wavy hair, and my mom is a light-skinned lady with curly-ish. And here I am. But yeah, Miguel, I really like his way of it. Like his content is always different, quirky, but catchy as hell. And he got like certain signature things he do vocally that's dope, And his cadences be fly, cool melodies, tracks always be dope. Like I enjoy Miguel. I enjoy his music. And then like I said, I like the couple of them cuts by Jeremiah. I really do. But just as an artist, Miguel is dope. Oh, Bruno Mars. I like Bruno Mars, man. Like just as a vocalist, that dude is phenomenal. Like he can sing anything he wants to sing at any note. It ain't nothing hard for him to hit. Like he don't got no problems singing nothing. Like that dude is underrated. I mean, he played the Super Bowl, so he can't be underrated in that regard. But people don't think about him when they think about all the dope vocalists. They just never say his name. They say like the KC of the world from my era, like Lil G. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them. All those kind of voices and stuff like that, but they'll never say Bruno Mars. And I'm like, yo, Bruno Mars will come from all y'all if y'all really want to get it. Yo, Bruno. So I enjoy Bruno's voice, like, and I like when he hooked up with Anderson .Paak. Like that was dope. That I'm gonna leave the door open, all them things. Like, that whole, what was the name of that little band they called it?
Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic. That's crazy dope to me. Like they just need to do that, like for real. And but yeah, I enjoyed that. Who else is out there new that I like? I like a lot of the females' voices. I like Janae Cool. Like I like that kind of vibe. I like how she do her. Like she got a unique, one of a kind style. Matter of fact, I wish her and Sade will hook up and do something. That would be dope to me. Like update Sade to Janae Cool. Like that'll be some crazy. Like that'll be fly. Them tones like that. But who I like is somebody else out there that I'll be listening to that got catchy stuff.
R&B artists out there. There's SZA, Summer Walker, Chris Brown. Well, Chris Brown, he's been around for a long time.
Brown been killing them for like 2 decades, just as long as Drake or somebody.
Yeah.
And my favorite song by him is that Sexy Mother, the baddest one. That's my joint. He killing that. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite Chris Brown song.
P&Q record, the SWV switch.
Oh, he killed. I forgot about that. Yeah, he killed that. Chris Brown, he just talented, man. But yeah, I forgot about that. He did that damage. He did justice on that. But that Sexy Mother, that's just my joint. That give me happy. Like I play that, and I play Lucchini by Camp Lo from way back in the day. And I don't know what it is about them. Like, as soon as he coming with that sexy, I just be like, yeah, I'll be ready. Like on a Friday. That joint is dope. I like Chris Brown. What else? It's a few others out there. I can't think of them right now. But it's a lot of people younger than me, but they still in my era that I really like. Neos of the world, the 112, the True Hills. Like they were younger than Shai, but they dope. Like I love them dudes. Like all of them. But I'm a real big Erykah Badu and Jill Scott fan from my era. Like those, I just like, they killed it. Like everything they did was just perfectly produced, sung. The vibe like transported you to another dimension while you was in there listening to it. It wasn't like that kind of level of it. Like go back and listen to that first Jill Scott album and that first, second, but all the Erykah Badu stuff. Like
when I had Let's Take a Long.
Yeah, that's the album. Touch of Jazz, you know what I'm saying? Jazzy Jeff and all the producers he had in that stable and them sounds. I'm here I'm digging in your company. You know, Jill was just swagged out like, yo, bro, yes. Bro, tell me, man, that people just act like that didn't happen or something. Like that damn album was crazy, bro.
Okay. We've been here for a little longer now. Is there anything you want to ask me? I know you're a busy man.
Man, just give you big ups though for just doing what you do and just keep doing it, man. Keep your style. Just keep being original, authentic. Be curious. Just keep on keeping on, man. You got something cool. And just keep on flowing. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you being like the first major like celebrity or artist or what went to record. So I appreciate that, especially with a small platform. I'm humbled by it. I love Shai. Sometimes even me sending you videos, I'm listening to Shai. I'm like, Garfield probably busy. He ain't gonna pick me up. But I love you guys so much. And
thank you, man.
Like it's crazy. And like, given the fact that you were in the video for a week. Like,
where's WP? Yeah, that was crazy. And you know what? I knew at that moment that song was iconic. Like that was like my favorite song off their album. Like, and man, it ended up being exactly what I thought it was going to be. Just like I knew it would be through the test of time.
The class. That song might be my favorite. That song, you know what's funny? That song, Week and Tevin Campbell, Can We Talk? My two favorite R&B songs of all time.
Can We Talk was a beast too, man. Tevin was killing them back then. Quincy Jones was messing with him, producing. And so he's got Prince producing for him. Like, Tevin couldn't miss back then with that voice. You know what I'm saying? Can We Talk? He put his foot in that.
Yeah, he did. He definitely plays. And somebody asked, what can the fans expect next? They want to know.
I'm about to drop a couple more singles for the summer and stuff like that. I'll be making a little commercial and sticking them on my little IG. And y'all can, check them out on the little iTunes and see if y'all like them or not, whatever. Give me some feedback in my little, on DMs, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what you think. And I'm going to keep on just cranking out music. And I'm going to finally get this website done so I can put this book out called Lotus 3013. It's a hip-hop, fictional piece. Dystopian, takes place in 3013. People believe that hip-hop is a white cultural invention. If you could mix Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and like Beat Street together, you'll get Lotus. And so I'm putting that out, and I'm gonna let everybody know when that's really coming, so they can go to my webpage and purchase it. I'm gonna sell the ebook and the audio book. My twins did the score for the audio book, like not the soundtrack, like the song, like some songs, but the actual score in the scenes and stuff. Sound like a movie. So be ready for that. And other than that, just I'm about to do some music and some music projects. I think coming out with Shai in it. But I'll keep y'all posted on that. And just shows everywhere we go. Just keep checking our pages for the different shows we got coming up. Tomorrow we in Jacksonville.
I'm definitely tuning in. And please, let this not be the last time coming back. You are not a stranger here. I definitely want to get the whole Shai. I don't know if that's possible. I want all of y'all together. Okay. That would be great. Because, I'm a fan of all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we love you, all of y'all. Excited.
Maybe we'll check back in around Thanksgiving or somewhere around like close to Christmas. I think we're working on the Christmas song too in the studio in a couple of weeks, but trying to come up with finally do a Christmas thing, some kind of fly Christmas, some original, catchy, we still trying to figure out if we want to make it like a ballad or if we want to make it like a little tempo to it. So but once we settle down and get that right, we'll do something dope for Christmas and let y'all know about that one too.
Okay. You definitely a brother to me, a brother to the show. Don't be a stranger. You know what I'm saying? I know you're killing it out there. I gotta see if I can get a ticket to come see one of the the concerts every weekend. I don't know if I come in the Boston area, but I probably gotta get a ticket or something.
We was supposed to have a show in Rhode Island on the 8th. See, but the promoter just hit me today and said that the people, the actual promoter at the actual event rescinded the whole thing for later. He's gonna still do it a later date for some reason. He was about to be there on the 8th.
I'm from Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay, yeah, I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts. That's where I grew up. Yeah.
Okay.
I used to always come down to Rhode Island, man. Like Warwick, Rhode Island. I used to come down there and shoot ball with the dudes down there. They go to URI and play ball up there.
URI.
Yep. I'm a New England kid, man, for sure.
So no, my New England.
Hell yeah, I don't miss that damn snow though. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, child. It's not that bad anymore. It's not snowing too much.
Man, it's just the shoveling of it. I don't care about it being there really. It's just the shoveling of it and the staining my shoes all up all the time. And my whip paint be all stained up on the bottom part from that salt, man. Like, oh man, need a paint job. That's the only thing. Those pieces. But the vibe, I still, you know, I like the New England kind of flavor, real blue collar, no nonsense. I like that style of life.
So, you know, New England kids, that's us.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you being here so much. We'll stay in contact. Thank you so much for coming on.
Word is gone, man. Appreciate you. Hey, peace.
Thank you so much.
All right, man. Peace out there, everybody out there in the listening.
Okay, guys, so that was Garfield. Thank you for coming on so much. I appreciate him. We was on here for an hour. Wow, he's so cool and down to earth. Make sure to follow me there. And yeah, you're not tapped in. Follow me. Follow Megatron Radio. You know, we do stuff like this. Follow us. You know what I'm saying? Definitely tap in with us. Thank you, Garfield, for being here. I love you so much. You're such a legend, an icon. Shout out to Mary Sweetness, Dax Radio. What's happening with Mary Sweetness? Miss I'll Be Sweet. Follow her. Shout out to her. And you know, I love you guys for watching. Follow the page, please. And you know, and I'll see you guys on the next.